Hey everybody, it's Katie from Ray & Company Face Painting and Body Art. Welcome to the Ray & Co Insiders channel, where I like to encourage other creative women to start a face painting hobby and turn it into a marketable business. In today's video, I am going to show you how to create your own DIY practice board. So let's do it. Okay, so this is going to be a quick video because it is super duper easy to create your own practice board at home. Now, why would you need a practice board? You may just need a practice board because maybe you don't have kids handy to practice on, or if you're like me, your kiddos are practiced out and they no longer want you to paint them and you ruined face painting for life. So don't let that be you. Mix it up and work on some practice boards. Okay, so I have three options here for you for creating your own DIY practice board. All three of them are basically the same. They are all flexible pieces of plastic with kind of a matte finish. But I'm just going to go over a couple of these that I have tried. All three of these worked just fine, and I will include some information in the description, so don't forget to check that out. And this one, you can tell. Can you tell? Hold on. Let me move one of these aside. Stand by. Okay, so this one, I don't know if you can see, let me move it this way, is just a little bit longer and narrower. Excuse me. So you can tell that this one is probably a good 2 to 2.5, 2 to 3 inches longer. So this one is a placemat, and it came in a pack of 4. It's a little bit thinner than this one is, but they both have basically the same texture. This one on top is a chopping mat. So I picked up a 2-pack of these at the dollar store. So the difference here is I think this was a 4-pack on Amazon, and it was going to be, I think it ranged somewhere in the $8 to $9 range. And we'll talk about why you might choose this route. But essentially this one is a little bit longer. It's a placemat. It's a little bit more flexible and thinner. This one is a chopping mat. Now this one that came as a 2-pack from the dollar store has a glossy finish on one side. So you're going to want to paint on the matte finish. This one behind here, the placemat, has a matte finish on both sides. This is another chopping mat that I got as a 2-pack, this time on Amazon. So this 2-pack was still reasonable, I felt. I think it was between $5 and $6. It was an Amazon Prime item, so that was handy and it came pretty quickly. So this is also a chopping mat. It has a very similar texture to the other two, and the only thing about this one is that it's a little bit thicker, so it would be a little bit more durable, I guess, but really you're not going to be running these through the wringer or anything. So I think all three of them would work very nicely. This is a matte finish on both sides. Both of these are chopping mats, and this one was the thickest of the three. Okay, so I just grabbed the placemat. This one, like I said, came in a pack of 4. So what you're going to want to do is, if you have an illustration handy, or if you're good at illustrating, you can, find a face that you want to paint on. I have seen some people print out, scale up a larger photo of their kiddos and print that out. So you could try doing that as well. I like to photograph my designs on a design like this. So I have a ton of different options of these printables on my website, and you can check the description for a link to where you can find that. But essentially what you're going to do is you're just going to simply place it on one side, and you're just going to tape it down, friends. It's super easy. It is truly that easy. So the only thing that you'll want to do, like I said, is if you happen to find an option that has a glossy side and a matte side, you're going to want to tape this down on the glossy side face down, and then you would just turn it over and paint on it. And I have a option or an example handy right here. So this is where I was practicing some jellyfish for sort of an under the sea theme. The only reason, so you'll notice that I have two different papers here. I prefer to photograph on these unless I'm using some white. So that's why I have this paper. This is actually some Kraft paper that I found. And so you can't really, it kind of looks yellow here in the picture, but it's just like a basic sort of tan Kraft paper that you can run through your inkjet printer. And so when I'm doing tutorials here on YouTube and on Facebook, I like to use this just because the white shows up better. But for photographing, I like to use a white sheet like this because it just turns out better when I am photographing it and putting together a visual board for my events. So there you guys have it. This is just a super quick and easy way to create a DIY practice board. Like I said, check the description and you will find a whole bunch of printables on my website. They're super reasonable. I have boys, I have different angles, and I have instructions on how to make it and different products that I recommend and all that stuff. So some of that information is also below in the description. And other than that, I hope this video was super helpful for you guys. And cheers to the journey. I hope I see you guys in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, take care.